start date will maximum it should be moved to the 25th of July 2020. Okay, so it can be done easily by using any of the things of calculated fields. But once it is set to this range, and again I am changing the end date. Okay, then also change. So with the regular process of parameters, it is not possible because all the things are static. Can there might be another way to do this?
There is no direct way as of now because you are basing on two parameters. If you are basing on one parameter, now if you see, if I am basing on one parameter, then I am creating a parameter here. If I am basing on one parameter here, which is a date, right, and I am using current value and then display format automatic. Okay, doesn't matter. Now here when I am taking a list and when workbook opens, here I am selecting in this I have created current date, which is today. Now
I think your screen is freezed.
Okay, just a moment. I think I am sharing the screen, right? So is my screen not visible?
So the Tableau book one is seen, but nothing has been changed.
Okay, let me do one thing. Let me go to here. Let me share my desktop. Now is it visible?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is because of that. Okay, fine. Great. So here as I'm saying here, I'm using today. With using today, I'm creating this. Now, if I ask him to show parameter, then it will show me the current day only. So this is your primary requirement, right? It should be only the current day. It should be only the current day.
No, actually it is the range of date. Whatever the dates are there in the sales date, so all should be there. So that will be in the range.
Then you can create a director parameter, and then in the list we will directly take values from
that
order date.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my parameter. So this is my show parameter. So this is where I have all the values, right?
Yeah.
So what is your second parameter then? Then let me duplicate this parameter. Okay, this is my second parameter. Now what is it that you want?
The second parameter is same, only just user has to select range between.
User has to select
a date range in which he want to see the details.
Yeah, but if he selects here that this should contain data after this, right? Like if he selects 30 somewhere around 11, then here in this it should show from 12. Is that what you are asking?
Yes.
Then this can be a calculated field, right? Now if you write a calculated field, order date greater than or equal to parameter 3 or parameter 4, sorry. Okay, now click on apply. Okay, in this case, okay, if order date for parameter is, then order date, and let me click on apply, and this, okay, I am adding customer name to field, and this I am adding show filter. Right, now here let me take exact date, and then let me take it as discrete. Okay, now let me show filter, and here let me select single value drop. Okay, now I think it should. Now when I select any date, when I select any date in here, now that should reflect that date. It is reflecting the latest date from that, if you see here, right? Okay, not this. This is what I should change. Now the moment I change, okay, this is not reflecting, but the values are actually changing. If you see, if I select some, I'm selecting from 2000, I'm going all the way down and I'm selecting 2018, right? Now the values in here are actually showing 2018, if you see.
Yeah.
So will this solve your problem?
Actually, the scenario is quite different than this.
Okay,
But
do one
this is
thing,
the
please,
new way,
please do.
but actually, the
yeah.
scenario is quite different thing.
So the problem is here we are not able to understand the scenario. Can you please send a TWBX or something to me so that I can work on it and I can get back to you? Better, right?
Actually, I have connected with other laptop.
Yeah, send me the TWBX of that later, not now. Later, if you can send me, we can.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because others are also waiting, right, for the doubts. Let me go back to the doubts.
Thank you.
Yeah. So where are the part? So yeah, Manoj, sorry, you can unmute and you can speak.
Hi.
Hi Manoj. Hi.
The thing is, currently I'm in the Cognizant, so I'm taking multiple interviews. Okay. So how many people I am asking? If they are asking, did you work on table calculations? Did you work on the fixed calculations? They are saying that most of the people are saying we spend very less time. So we use the only simple calculations and not work on the table calculations like that. So
Okay.
in general, people will use the table calculations because I have also only enhancement experience, but in the Cognizant I got the opportunity to take the interviews. Okay.
Okay.
So in general, how much the percentage use the table calculations, LODs used in the project, in every project.
See.
And also in the Telegram, the people are asking very complicated questions. I'm not seeing those type of questions in anywhere in the Google also.
Okay. So see, coming to the part of where table calculations are used, table calculations are very much useful in your if you ask me, in one dashboard I will at least use table calculations 4 or 5 times or 5 places, and there is one calculator that I have built exclusively using table calculation.
Okay.
So when a person is using, see, without table calculations and LODs, there is that is just like a basic level manipulation. Like you got your columns, and those columns you did a row level manipulations. Only row level manipulations you are doing. And if you want to do a manipulation at an aggregate level which is specific to some dimension or something, you definitely should use LODs.
Okay, but Rajesh, here one question is, as per the order of operations, table calculations will execute at the end, right?
Yes.
After all the type of filters and everything.
Yes.
So data will not affect.
No, data.
Because of
Now see, there is one thing to consider. Now let it be the data source filter, extract, context, dimensional, measure, all these filters, right? They will directly affect, or they will directly, the generator will go to the database and you will get the data. Okay. Clear regarding that, right? For all these. Now when it is view, actually in view, the query that is generated because of the view will never go and touch the database.
Okay.
It is like whatever the view that is generated. Now you have dragged your dimension. Now let me open my Tableau. Here you have dragged your dimension and you have dragged your measure, right?
Okay.
Now when you do this for when I drag the dimension, one query is generated. When I drag the measure, one query is generated, and this query will go and hit the database. Here it is Superstore, which is an Excel data source. Now if it is a SQL server, it will affect that. But the moment I write some calculation like this, if first greater than minus 10, okay, then true. And now I am writing this calculation and I am bringing this calculation in here and I am just selecting true, apply, okay. Now if you see, this is right. Now it is just like hiding the other fields with a white paper. That's it. Because here if you see, these values are present. These values are already present in the view. How do I prove that? Now let me go to analysis, totals, and show column grand totals. Now here whatever value that I'm getting, let me drag this to labels, we'll get more clarity. Now see, if even with this I am getting, what is the total I am getting? The same 2.2 million. Even after using my, what is that, calculation 3, right? Yeah, this is again, what is my calculation 3? I am using a table calculation here, right? When I am using my table calculation here in the filters, and then I am selecting true, here my total value is not getting filtered. Only values are being hidden from the view.
Okay.
So that is the reason table calculation will never hit the database, and that is why when I'm training on Tableau, I focus. There are 4 things that I focus more on. One is date calculations, one is table calculations, the other is LODs, and finally it is joins and relationships, because these are the 4 trickiest part. And if you ask me, if I want to interview a person who is more than 5 years on Tableau, I will definitely ask him on dates, I will definitely ask him on table calculations, I will definitely ask him on LODs, and I will definitely ask him on joins. Because with 5 years of experience, if he has not touched that, then that is, I don't know, like it is not that easy without touching that. Because somewhere or the other you need to use.
Okay, Rajeshwar, one more question.
Yeah.
Above this calculation, now your calculation 3 you placed on the filters, right?
Yeah.
Above this, I placed some category filter. Okay.
Okay. Let me bring category. Okay.
So in these two, suppose I selected furnitures.
Okay.
Okay. So now table calculation value will applicable only on furniture or it on overall?
No, it is applicable only on furniture. That is because table calculations are, they just whatever. Now here after applying furniture, right? Let me remove this also. When after your let me bring subcategory, we'll have much clarity on that. Now after bringing, now here you have your values, right?
Yes.
Now if I bring my calculation 3 here, if I bring my calculation 3 which is having that table calculation, and I bring it here and I select true, apply, then you see only these values are being filtered, right? Now
yes, right.
the moment I bring category here, now here if I bring the category and select, let me select office supplies, then when I click on apply, now this is again, this category is again going and connecting to the database and is getting office supplies. But this table calculation is applicable on the resultant view. Now whenever you are talking about table calculations, the resultant like you will get a view, right? This view.
Yes.
Now whatever table calculation you use, that will be applicable only to the view that is present. Whatever that is present in the view, doesn't matter for a Tableau. When this table calculation, it will only filter that. And here when you are filtering also, here what we are using, this calculation, yeah, here when we are using first, let me use it just only 3 here. Now here what I am saying, now the primary thing that we should understand is, first is independent of databases. Now first values are always constant from 0 to whatever the number of rows, one incremented for every row. So that is why whatever is present in the view, it only talks about that row. It doesn't talk about what is present in the row. It is not bothered.
Okay, so in this case means what are the filters I apply should not bother about that. Means while I'm learning the Tableau, so if I require to use the table calculation, then I can use directly. There is no restriction. Okay, I have these filters are there, because of that I should not use the table calculation. There is no. Is there any restriction? Is there?
No, but there is no restriction. See, talk about table calculations only after your total view is finalized.
Okay, so total will be view will be finalized after the filters applied.
After the filters, after you add your dimensions, you add your measures, after you add your dimension measure to your marks card, you do everything that is needed. And final view, right, on that you will use your table calculations.
Okay, so
table calculation are in a way like garnishing. Like you cook all your food, right?
Yes.
So those table calculations, no, when you garnish only to the surface of the food.
Okay.
So the same way table calculations also garnish your whatever view you have, whatever that last pinch that you want to add, that you add using table calculations. And that is the reason any field that contains a table calculations, when you right click, you will not have any convert to dimension or convert to dimension field will not be there. You will only have convert to discrete. That to here, if you see, I can only convert this to discrete, but I cannot convert this into dimension because dimensions are permanent members, right? But first, any table calculations is fickle. It will not change. It is always the same. So that is why you cannot convert that into a dimension, and again you cannot use them into an LOD. LOD is because when you use an LOD, the values are maintained at a position. Now when I say fixed sum of sales, fixed state sum of sales or something, all the state for that, all the values for that state, every member of the state are added and maintained.
Okay.
But when you use table calculations, again you are bringing uncertainty into it. That is why Tableau has not allowed table calculations to use in LODs. Okay. Hello. So did that answer your question, Manu?
Yes, right. And recently in our Telegram, one person is asking me, I have 3 context filters in my filters. So which one will execute first? So in that scenario, how the Tableau will decide?
See, context filter, basically speaking, it's not that much of advisable to use those many context filters. But yeah, with LODs in picture, you might need to use context filters. But when it is context filters, it is hard to say which will act first. And till recently, even we are in this this concept like Tableau will create a temporary table for all the context filters, but that is no longer true anymore. Now what happens when a context filter is applied is, whenever you apply whatever the context filters might be, now again if you want to set the order, right, if you want to, let me add a bit more context filters here. Let me remove this and let me add some context filters like category and then all apply. Okay, and then subcategory.
Your screen is struck again.
Yeah, that is because it is taking time.
Good. No.
Yeah, so ship mode also I'm adding.
Stream.
Okay, all apply. Now see here, when I add this to context, right, when I add this to context and add this to context and add this to context, now here, now in this case, now what happens is, when you add something to context, now we know that key every filter, every whenever you select any filter, right, we also know that every filter that we select, it will hit the database and it will retrieve the data, right?
Yes, right.
Now I am adding a segment here. Okay. Now when I add segment, this is not context, right? So see, there is no documented proof of what I am saying, but this is from my experience and experience alone. And I tried to read between the lines what is present in Tableau documentation. So at some point I might be wrong, but this is what I understood. Now when we create context filters, right? Now
Yes.
a query will go and query will hit the database with all these context filters at once. Okay, whatever context filters we used, all these data it will go and hit the database at once, and all the other dimensional filters and measure filters, right, they will act on the output of that database. Context filters, output of that context filter. So that is why now there is an increase in performance, because now when I try to change the segments, now this is not working on my database directly. Now this is working on my context filters. Whatever the query and whatever the query that hit the database, the data that I got, right, on that data this segment is working. So that is why it is not hitting the database. When you use a context filter, only for one context filter, that will hit the database. Whatever the dimension and measure filters are there, they are not hitting the database, but they are hitting the result of this context filters.
Okay.
And in this, which acts first and which acts second, for me it is hard to decide. I don't know if there is any other way that Tableau has defined it, but for me I don't know which will act first and which will, because it is a cumulative thing.
Okay.
Now if I have all these, right, now at any given point of time, if even if they are context or not, if I select any filters, now output, now imagine there is no context filter. Now the output of this filter, right, so including this category is all, ship mode is all, subcategory is all, segment is home office, along with this dimension and measure, a query is generated and it will hit the database.
Okay.
So now it is hard for me to say which will, in context filters, which will act first. Now there is a way to show this in here. Dependency. Here if I say show filter again, now here for the values I can say all values in context.
Okay.
Right, I can do this, or only relevant values I can do this, but this is actually showing my filter values. But I'm not sure whether going to database, if I select this ship mode to be dependent on, like if I say only relevant value, now my category is showing all values in database. Let's imagine. Now I am not sure whether if like first category will go and get the data, on that ship mode will act, on that subcategory will act. I am not sure, but to what extent I am sure is when a query is hitting the database, first these three will a query that is executed with these three will hit the database, and the output, on that output this segment will act, segment filter will act.
Okay.
And once again, there is no hard bound documented evidence for this, but this is what I have observed, and that is what I have got from the observations that I have made.
Okay. So one more thing, these assume referential integrity and join null data, and these will irregularly will use it in the Tableau or not?
We don't use much of them because assume referential integrity. See, assume referential integrity is like you said, a person, I owe 1 lakh to a person. Okay. A simple example. I owe 1 lakh to a person. Now he came to me and asked me, okay, that you owe me 1 lakh. So when you give me 1 lakh, I'll give it to him. Right?
Okay. Yes,
now there is something called assume referential integrity. That is like you said Tableau is a third party. Okay.
Yes.
Tableau said, yeah, I vouch to that ki Manoj owe Rajeshwar 1 lakh. So when Manoj will give Rajeshwar 1 lakh, he will give that person that 1 lakh back. Okay.
Yes, right.
Now, if this person, Tableau, when it is saying that, it should be clear that that relation between us is there. You should owe me 1 lakh.
Okay.
Now, if Tableau doesn't verify this and says, okay, Manoj should owe Rajeshwar 1 lakh, Manoj will give you, when Manoj gives Rajeshwar 1 lakh, then you will, the person B will get it. Now, if Tableau doesn't verify that and do that, then down the line, if down the line somewhere this person B will go and ask Manoj, do you owe Rajeshwar 1 lakh? He's saying you owe 1 lakh to him. Sorry, then when you give that money, he said he will give it to me. Can you please give it to Rajeshwar? Then Manoj says, I don't even owe him any money.
Okay.
Now this is an irregularity, right?
Yes.
So
yes,
this is an output of assume referential integrity. Now,
Okay.
when you select something like an assume referential integrity option, you should be sure that for every record in table A, there should be a corresponding record in table B.
Okay.
Now, every time the data is pulled, now there is a cross reference that is made with the table B to retrieve the data.
Okay.
So then when I
Wow.
say assume referential integrity, now the database, I'm saying Tableau, when I click on tab assume referential integrity, I'm saying that there is for every record in A, there is a record in B. So you need not always check for B. You can go ahead with double A directly.
Yes.
Now, if
This
that
what,
is not standing-
when I'm practicing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
When that doesn't stand properly, then the data from table A what I get is irregular, right? Because if there is any no matching data, then either that data is discarded or an extra data is shown, right?
Yes. Right.
So that is the problem with assume referential integrity, and 99% companies will not use this.
Okay. But when I'm practicing for the certification, he said that to improve the performance.
Yeah, that is why how is it improving the performance? It is not communicating with table B, right?
Yes.
So it is
yes,
only
yes,
one
yes.
table. Otherwise, if you have to go to table B, it has to check whether that correspondence is present or not, and then it will come back and it will give you. So this
Okay.
total thing is happening.
Okay. Yeah, but we have so many performance related points are there in Tableau, but how much you are using in Tableau, I'm not sure. So
See,
in the data level also compute.
Performance related, when we talk about performance related, it should actually start while you are building the dashboards itself. You should know all. See, that is the value of experience, right? Now, when you say you're experienced, you should know. I have spent quality enough time with Tableau that I understand. Okay, I try to when I try to do something, I try to deduce in the backend what is happening.
Okay.
So that is how I get a clear picture. So even anyone who is working on Tableau, they should spend enough quality time. Actually, that is exclusively the reason that I started this training scenario based Tableau training. The exclusive reason being, when I saw people, when I started, I was present on Facebook, and when I started addressing the scenarios right back before July 1st, 2020, majority of the people doesn't even know what LODs are.
Yeah, that is the facing I'm facing when I'm taking the interviews.
Yeah.
They are saying, if they are saying also, if I simply they are saying just I use the LODs. If I go in detail, no answers.
So that is because, see, it is not their fault. I'll tell you. I could see no trainer who can actually give a proper background of LODs, and I can even with confidence I can say even Tableau documentation is not enough for anyone to understand what LODs are. It is actually the fault is from Tableau.
Okay.
Because when it is Tableau, it just says, okay, fixed LOD, this is that. What is happening in the background? Why? It doesn't show that. I even tried to communicate with the Tableau columns. I wrote an email. I followed all possible ways to explain them that the problem with the people not able to work on LODs, it's not about the trainers or about the people.
Okay.
The problem is with Tableau, because if you go and see the documentation, it is the most generalized documentation I have seen.
Okay.
Now when you do something about, now see, with the relationship the documentation is very detailed.
Okay.
But with LODs the documentation is very pathetic. That is exclusively the reason No, when I started this, when I started explaining now with the scenarios, all that I started explaining them. Actually, I felt that is not what you should do, because for a person to be able to work on Tableau, they need a solid understanding about what is happening. Even the biggest advantage with Tableau is the in-depth analysis that you can do. Everything you do, you can visualize. If I'm doing something, I can check whether I'm doing it right or not.
Okay.
So through that, now whatever expertise that I got in LODs is because I did all these analysis in depth and then I found it.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
it is not that everyone can do it. So actually it is the duty of Tableau to give that documentation, but it is not providing that documentation.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, anyways, that other things are apart, but yeah. So
Yeah.
when someone is not able to address these LODs, actually speaking, it is not directly their fault. Even the trainers, I've seen many trainers, they will just based on this Tableau software videos, right? They just give us small explanation of LODs and they'll solve those top 15 LODs as it is shown in that. Majority of of them does that only. But with that, you will not get any output because you should know how to use them. But
Yes.
to you know how to use them, you need to understand the architectural level of what LODs does. Then only you can understand. You can do something, right?
Yes. Right. Right.
Yeah. So, and thank you for bringing this this thing.
Yeah, it's really, I am suffering. How I am suffering? Actually, I have 12 years of experience. Not 12, it's a 13 years of experience. Around that, 8 to 9 years of experience in Cognos. Recently, I moved to the Tableau.
Okay.
So, I'm not getting the many calls. So, last time, only one call I got from the Cognizant. I joined in the Cognizant, but people not assign the project to me. So, I'm suffering a lot. So, daily preparing for the certification. Many questions are coming on the certification side.
See,
So really,
what,
I bought one paper. He is asking many different questions to me.
So see, again, when you are talking about certification, now again, when it is certification or something, whatever it is, understanding. No. When I do interview people, I almost interview 2 or 3 a week. Now
I'm also getting that.
yeah. So when I interview the people, the main problem that I see is, there is this misconception in the market stating Tableau is like you can learn it in 45 days. It's just a drag and drop tool. You can learn it in 45 days, resume
No,
you'll get the job. No,
I will not accept this.
that is no. Being a trainer, when I say I train Tableau for 3 months, people say, "What? You train it for 3 months?" In market, they are training for 45 days. So that is the reason, because people have even that is the problem with the trainers actually, not with the students, because trainers they just wind up it in 45 days. Even that 45 days, they will just only introduce about the tool. They will not give a full length information or full length implementation. That in interviews you are asked scenarios. No one will ask you what is a set, what is a group, right?
Yes.
They'll ask you the implementation. How do you get that implementation?
Yeah, that is the problem.
That is
because I have experience on both BI tools, right? Tableau. Compared to the Cognos with the Tableau, Cognos very easy comparing to the Tableau.
I have not worked on Cognos, but yeah, I can take your word for that.
Yeah, because Cognos is a generic BI tool. It's a general BI tool. What is there in the Cognos, then with that only we can build the dashboards or reports.
Okay.
But in the Tableau, not like that. We can create new things.
And the thing is, what I've seen is, I generally say this: nothing is impossible in Tableau.
Yes, right.
The reason.
Yeah.
The only reason being. Okay. Let's stop this. It's been a long.
Yes, that is also I want to tell. The other people are leaving with this discussion.
Yeah.
Let them go for the doubts.
So guys, if any others have any doubts, you can please ask any doubts. Guys, doubts? Yeah, Abhinav, let me unmute you just a moment. Abhinav, just. Yeah, Abhinav, you can speak.
Hello, can you
Yeah,
hear me?
yeah.
Yeah, I have one doubt that I am a kind of fresher, and right now I'm not working as a tab. I mean, I'm not in Tableau industry, but yeah, I want to transition into as a Tableau developer.
Okay.
Want to be a Tableau developer. So what I'm struggling is that I'm looking on various job portals and also over LinkedIn and everywhere I search everywhere, but I'm not getting any kind of like jobs for fresher, for zero level experience people. So what should I do in that case? What needs to be, what I need to prepare, what I do, how to handle this situation? What can be done in
So,
this?
what is being asked in the job portals?
I mean, I am looking for a job as a Tableau developer because I want to transition.
Okay, how many years of
for that.
experience do you have?
So,
Total.
I am not a Tableau developer.
No,
but
total.
Yeah, I have total 1+.
1+ year, okay. So, in the portals, what is being asked?
I mean, I am like, for example, I went to Naukri.com and then I searched for jobs as a Tableau developer. Then I filter the jobs based on zero level experience. Then there are hardly 1 or 2 jobs, but they are also
See.
not even in my city.
That one reason. See, for that there are a couple of things. Now with this pandemic, right? Majority of the companies, as they cannot do any background research or something like that, right? So majority of the companies are going for a third party
Verification.
okay, so third party verification. So third party, like, they cannot do that background verification. So what they are doing is they are giving it to consultancies. Now the problem with the consultancies is they will not get big buck with 1 year, 2 years experienced guy, right? They need at least 4 or 5 years because they can quote with big amount with the clients, and of that they'll give some part to the developer and some part to the some part to the developer and some part to that consultancy. So that is why the number of openings of freshers has been dropped. But first thing, if you are a fresher, don't look for your jobs in Naukri. Look jobs in LinkedIn, because you will get n number of openings in LinkedIn.
Where to search on LinkedIn?
You should be on LinkedIn, create buzz about Tableau, then people on Tableau will come to you, and then you will see those openings on Tableau. Because see, for you need all Tableau developers in your connection, because when someone in a Tableau developer will come and connect with you, right? Then
Okay.
any of the jobs that he is liked or commented, then you can see that. That is how algorithm of LinkedIn works. So you should be present on LinkedIn and you should create a buzz. So that is why even whoever my students who are joining the training, right, we ask them to create buzz on Tableau, just because. And even if you are creating Tableau and your post need visibility, tag me in that post, and then I'll make sure I comment on that post, so that all my majority of my connections are Tableau developers. Okay, so you can connect to me and you can at least tag me in your post. When I comment, all those Tableau developers in my circle or in my connections or my followers, they will obviously see your post, majority of them. So that is how you increase your visibility. Now once you increase your visibility, those people who are actually working, they might, some people, like if in my organization there is a Tableau opening, I'll come and post it on LinkedIn. Because it is easy to communicate. I cannot post it on Facebook or anything else, right? But because the professional networking happens in LinkedIn. Okay, so if you are a fresher, if you are looking for a job, I suggest you go to LinkedIn, create your profile, work hard on it. You'll definitely get your leads for the job. Okay.
And like, should I also make some dashboards? So that I can
See,
showcase
the thing
them
is,
to
you should always, you have your, there is a thing called Tableau public profile. Now every interviewer is asking for a Tableau public profile, and there is one more concept called makeover Monday.
Okay.
So
heard about it.
Yeah, Makeover Monday is every week they give a data, and all the Tableau enthusiasts, they create the dashboard and they will publish that in their Tableau public profile. So whenever an interview comes or a recruiter comes, they see, okay, this guy's Tableau public profile is populated. He has decent amount of dashboard. So he might have decent command on Tableau. So you should develop dashboards and publish it on Tableau public profile so that it will be easy for them. Now see, I have been very much vocal about the online profile. You need to start create your online profile via LinkedIn, Twitter, and Tableau public. If you do that, and if you have any more expertise in that you want to share, you can start a channel or something, and then you can definitely get a good number of calls. So you need that presence. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Gayatri is asking, can we make sheet transparent at the dashboard level so that they can automatically take background color of the dashboard? Now see, I'll not talk about that dashboard or other things, but one thing is, let me take this in the format. Okay, in the dashboard format, let me take the shading as black, right? And in here I am bringing my sheet level, right? Now if you see here, okay, let us go here to sheet 11 and make this as an entire view. Here also let me make this as an entire view. Now here you are having this white, right? Now generally, I don't know if it is in the tiled can we get or not, but if you go into format and shading, actually there here you have something called none. You see here, right? So when you say none, what happens is whatever the background that you have, it will cease to exist. Okay, so background color is not there. So whatever it is in the background, that is visible. So the trick here is in the shading, in this workbook, in the shading, select none here. Then your dashboard or your sheet will not have any background color. By default it is white color. You can change it to any. Now if I can change it to, I can even change it to any color that is required. It will change accordingly. But if you say none, no background color will be there. Okay, so did that address your doubt, Gayatri? Okay. Any other doubts, guys? Okay. How to get dates from previous quarter if current quarter is Q1? For example, if I am in Q1 2021, then it should be displaying dates between Q4. Wait. How to get the dates from previous quarter if current quarter is Q1 for. Okay. Now for this, Srikanth, for this, now whatever you are saying is this, if I'm not wrong. Now let me go for an order date. Now you need, see, the thing is, it is directly not possible through filters, it is possible through parameters. The reason being, when you select Q1 of 2020 or 2021, then the data for only Q1 will come, right? So rather than that, on the order date, we need to create a parameter with the quarters, right? So for that, let me right click on this and create custom date. In this custom date, I have quarters, and in here I am selecting date values. For this, I will get continuous date values like every year's quarter. If I take date part, it will only get Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. That's it. Okay, let me click on OK. Now here on this, let me right click and create a parameter. Okay. Now in this list, I am going in here, and I think it is Superstore, right? Let me select order. Let me remove these two. Let me select order date quarters. Now you got every quarter. Like this is now by default it will give you the first day of the quarter. You can rename them, right? This is, I think 7 is Q3, right? 2018. Q3. All that ways you can do that. I'm not doing that. Now when you do that, now what you want is, right, date diff of, okay, no, you want quarter, comma, order date, comma, and order date, here it is quarters parameter, right, that is the parameter that we created, is equal to 1. Okay, what we are saying, between these two, order date and the parameter that we have taken, I want one, when it is equal to 1, so I am saying I want one, the previous quarter, whatever values that we have. So now when I drag my order date here, and I'm dragging my order date here, and then I'm selecting quarters, and then let me select them as discrete, and then where is this calculation 4, right? Yeah, this is my calculation 4. Let me drag this to filter. Okay, I'm getting false because order date parameter, let me show parameter. In this I'm having the first date. I'm selecting 2020, 110, 2020. I'm dragging this to filter. So I'm getting true. Let me click on apply. Now when I selected 110, 2020, which is in 2020 Q4, I am getting 2020 Q3 values, right? So did that answer your doubt? Okay, so if that is not your solution, then you can ping me again. I will ask you. Okay, Srikanth, right? Okay, I am unmuting you, so you can. I don't know which Srikanth. Okay, Srini, sorry. Yeah, if you want, you can speak.
Yeah, that solves my.
Okay, great. So here, okay, so CR Chandra, to connect to S4 HANA database with Tableau, there is a director connector in SAP HANA, that actually known as Veryway. Do you require SAP login license as well? It is required only to download. Is it required only to? Can we do both? Right? Can we join in union tables which we get from that schema? Can Tableau connect with HANA database on? This is very big a question. And first thing is, I have not worked on HANA database. I am not sure about that. I think Prasad is present in here. Prasad, sorry, I didn't unmute you. Prasad, so can you shed some light on this? What Chandra is asking?
Yeah, Rajesh. Actually, we need more information on that. What kind of how they are connecting and everything, and how they are logins. Is the XAML application or SSL application? We need to check that. Then only we can check that whether they can only log in with a SAP login license, or I'm not sure. We need to check more on that. We need more information on that. After that only we can able to go, we can do the joining union, whatever we need. We need to check on that SAP and
okay, Prasad, can you share something with him so that he can contact you if anything is required?
Yeah, sure. I'll share my number
in the chat.
if you want.
Yeah, you share your mail ID to him. He will contact with you. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Prasad. Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you. So, okay, after this it is done. Gayatri. Okay, Vyas is asking, can you share some tips while working with big data and create any visit? Takes a lot of time when I drag and drop the fields. So let me unmute you, Vyas, because we need to talk on this. So yeah, Vyas, I think you can unmute and speak.
Yeah, hi Rajeshwar.
Hi. So when we are talking about this big data, so how many rows are we talking about?
In million records, like 100 million and sometimes even in billion records.
Okay, so here whenever you are using it, now are you creating an extract?
No, actually that was my question earlier. I was trying to prepare a flow on Tableau Prep and extract it to the server, and that is the end goal that I have. But currently, I have few issues on Tableau Prep, so I'm using the live data.
So why can't you take or extract directly in Tableau desktop? Is there any limitation with that?
Like, how can I take the extract? Like, I have to prepare an extract, right? Like,
No,
first-
see, in the data source you have this option to create an extract here, right?
Yes, but how can I save like billion records locally?
It will create a dot hyper file.
Like on the data source?
No. In your system, in which system you have Tableau desktop installed, right?
Yes.
In that system, if you see, I clicked on extract, right? The moment I click on any sheet, right, then it will ask where to save. See here, this is dot hyper file. It will save as a dot hyper file, and it will now when it is saved as dot hyper file, it will no longer will hit your database for any query that you make, any view or anything that you make. It will only hit this dot hyper file. If you are seeing here, this is all Tableau extract files and everything, these things, right?
But how can I do it when I have like billions of records?
Doesn't matter. It does that. It does that dot hyper file for you. If that is failing, then we can talk about it. Did you first try to make this dot hyper file? Okay.
No, I didn't try it. And also, the requirements are that they want to see the live data. It's on fraud analysis, ad fraud data.
Live
so they
data.
want
See,
the live.
the first problem with the live
Yes.
data is when you have those billion records, then how are you going to manage those billion records? Because Tableau speed of Tableau is directly proportional to the speed of the database, as long as you are in a live connection. So if you are getting an issue with that, then definitely that is because of this direct live connection that you are having. So in that, it is again, how many rows you are showing. Again, see the major, if you do performance recording and when you are in live connection, when you do a performance recording, the major time that goes is to create the layout, rendering layout, right?
Yes.
That will take the biggest number of time, the largest number of time, because the layout is never constant, because new rows are coming, right? Whenever the new rows are coming, the new rows should be accommodated in the view. So the view, whenever it does a rendering now, within the next 10-15 seconds, it has to render it again.
Yes.
So for that, the only solution is two solutions. Either reduce all the unwanted data. Use a parameter use a parameter filter at your data source filter, and based on that parameter, help get the data. One thing. Else, create an extract, and whenever the new data comes, do an incremental refresh. Now per day, how many rows of data will you get? New data.
Like every 15 minutes, the data will get appended.
Yeah, every 15 minutes, I agree. So every 15 minutes, how many rows will you get?
That will be in millions of records. I do not really have an exact.
See,
count.
because if that is less, now the thing is, if you can create an extract and if you can go for an incremental refresh, then only the new records will get appended to it. So by that, it will happen quick. But again, it will depend
that
on.
incremental refresh, I can only do it with Tableau Prep, right?
No, you can do it with Tableau desktop also. Now you see here in extract, I am editing this extract. See here, allow incremental refresh. On which column do you want to do? Generally, it will be date column or an ID column.
Yeah, date column.
Yeah, see here you have orders. Which table? Orders table. On that, which column? I want order date column. So you can do incremental refresh even
I
in
am
here.
supposed to publish this onto the site, like to have this.
Pardon?
I'm supposed to publish this extract onto the server, right?
Yeah, if you want to the refresh is automated, and if you want to happen, you should publish this to the server, and then you need to schedule it. In server, you will have a scheduling option. Then you need to schedule it.
Yes.
Okay, so try this way, and I'm giving my mail ID here, or this is my number. Anyone can, if you have any doubts, just ping me, don't call me, because I might not be able to address. So this is my number, and if you have any doubts, you can mail me at this number. Okay, so you can
Sure.
mail
Thank
me
you so much.
any of these two. Okay.
Yep, I'll
So-
reach out to you.
Yeah, okay. Just message me, don't call me, okay? I might
Yeah.
okay. So any other doubts, guys? If any of you have any doubts, you can ping me. So if there are no doubts, then okay. The screen is now. I think it will be visible, right? Am I sharing my screen? Yeah, I'm sharing. So here I have put this number and in the chat. If you want, you can see that. So yeah, guys, any doubts, you can ping me. I think I've addressed all the doubts. Okay. Maximum columns that can be added in data source. In data source, about the maximum number of columns, I am not sure about that, the number of columns, because how many ever number of columns are there, we didn't face any issue till now. So on that, and even Tableau has not said that you can add any number of columns in the view. So I don't know, because of that, or okay, columns and rows. Now Tableau has put this limitation of 50 rows last I seen, but with the new like here you can see in this, like if you go here on this, if you go here, analysis, table layout, and in the advanced, here you can see how many ever are allowed. So here now it is allowing max of 50 of them. Now in the newer, this is 2020.3 if I'm not wrong, this is 2020.3. so in the newer version that might be more, but you can check in here in the analysis, table layout, go to advanced. Here you can see the number of columns and that are allowed in row levels. Okay, so any other doubts, guys? Okay, so one last announcement before going. I generally train people on Tableau also. I recently started something called scenario based Tableau training, where we'll discuss all these scenarios in detail regarding desktop, and not that much about server, but yeah, whatever that are required for the Tableau developer. So we discuss those so that it will give you a clear in-depth understanding about whatever is present in Tableau. Let it be table calculations, LODs, joins and relations and all things. So yeah, so that thing, and performance recording. Yeah, Ripun is asking about performance recording. Now see, the performance recording in this help, you have this. I am a bit doubtful because yeah, this is with Mac and this there's a change. So see here in the settings and performance, you have the start performance recording. Now what you should generally do is, once you start this performance recording, then you do whatever the queries that you want, or whatever the dashboard. Here I want, if I've been here, I've selected something, I have selecting my filters, all those things that you do on a dashboard, you do all those things, right? And then again in the help, you can go here and then you can stop performance recording. Then you will get a workbook. Tableau will give you a new workbook. It is taking some time, which will contain a detailed analysis about what is actually causing that. If some bottleneck is happening, it will clearly show you. It's not yet. It will clearly show you why that bottleneck is happening and all other things. So using that you can yeah, now it's open. Now just give it a time. So it will give you a dashboard which will contain all those details. Okay, now it will show you which is having, see here, compiling query, what is the time that is taken further. It is taking, it is saying it is taking 0.63 seconds. 0.63 seconds. So you will get a clear picture of what is happening in here. Now you can even go here and see what is actually causing that. The compile query is causing that issue. So you can see which is causing that query issues, and then you can address them. Okay, this is how the perform, like even you can filter, like you are not bothered about the slower task, you are bothered about the task that is taking more time. You can even filter them and you can work on them accordingly. Okay, so that is how performance tuning work. And there are many, see, every way the tuning that you do is very specific to every dashboard, but some things are using apply button on the filter. That is because every selection you make in filter should not go to the database, right? It should go once. So rather than if you are selecting all, then you want one button on which if you click it will go. Then there is an action filter that you use where all the selection filters are made, and then when you click on that apply button, it will go there. So there are, again, don't use more number of marks in the view because rendering the marks will take time. And don't use more views in the same dashboard. You use individual dashboards, because if you clutter the dashboard with more number of views, then loading of that dashboard will take time. Third thing, always use always use extract. And if you are using refresh, if it is possible, use incremental refresh, because even the refresh time will be less. So like this, there are many things. Don't use many filters, only use filters that are required. And if possible, use action filters. Filter through action, filter through sheets rather than through database. Okay, so these are many things that will help you, and everything is specific. Whatever issues that you face, based on that you will do the performance tuning. Okay, so that is about today's doubts, guys. So if you have any doubts, you can just ping. Okay, so that is the end of the doubt session, guys. So we'll meet the next month, and please do this. Where is this form? Yeah, I am putting this form in this comments again. So please do fill this form with your doubts for the next session. Okay, so that we can address those doubts there. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.